What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's White Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're back with Year 5 of the Madden 22 Houston Texans. Real is the rebuild. If you tune into Part 4, we got our goal, man. We made it all the way to the Super Bowl. And even better yet, the Super Bowl was in Texas. It was in our home state, but we ran into the other Texas team, the Cowboys. I like to call them the Cowgirls, and to put the cherry on top, it was in Dallas. It was not in Houston. It was in Dallas. They had home field advantage. It was, we got down early on, 14-0 in the first quarter. But we rallied back. We had a chance. On the last drive, I decided not to hop in because y'all know my history of hopping in. If y'all seen the Saints Super Bowl, y'all seen the Bears Super Bowl, I hopped in, fucked it up. I decided to let things play out the way it should, and we still took the L. Still took the L. Even with the L, though, last season, Year 4, was a win, advancing to the Super Bowl after, prior to that, making it all the way to the AFC Championship game. Now the only thing left to do is to make it back, but this time, win the damn thing here in Year 5, Super Bowl or nothing. With that being said, let's waste no more time. Let's meet the roster, the squad, the team before the final preseason. Quarterback, Brian Cowan, number 1. Second round pick, number 1 pick in the second round, is now a superstar X Factor. Got it mid-season last season, now going into a full preseason and a full regular season as a X Factor. I'm expecting MVP numbers. We brought in Kyle Allen, who went to Houston in college to be our backup quarterback. Running back, we have Kareem Hunt, who had a Kareem Hunt type season last season. John Jones as our third down back, and it's basically just those two. Fullback, David Webb's been doing his thing ever since we drafted him. Oh, Michael Brown, by the way, now is a superstar X Factor. When I drafted him, when I saw his rookie season, I knew this dude was going to be a monster. That's why we traded up one pick ahead of the Dolphins to get him in the first place, because I knew Mike Brown is going to be a beast. Brandon Cooks, who has been probably the most consistent player, 1,000-yard season every season, no matter if he's wide receiver 1, no matter if he's wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 in the slot, or now, hell, he could be wide receiver 6 on the depth chart, and he's still going to get 1,000 yards. Terrence has just been the forgotten man, but hell, he took Nico Collins' job, so he's been doing a pretty damn good job. We brought in a guy who went to where? North Texas in college, and that's going to give us some more speed from our wide receivers. Then our tight end room is probably one of the best tight end rooms I've ever assembled. You got Breven Jordan, who's had a couple of 900-yard seasons. I'm waiting for that 1,000-yard season. I think he's going to break through this final season. Zach Ertz, who we had last season, regressed a little bit. They just drafted Parker Carr because after our first 3 picks, we opted out and just let the computer simulate it. Oh, first-round pick was this guy, Benjamin Davidson. We just took best player available. We didn't see a safety that was worth taking in the first round, even though we did get one that was first-round talent with our second pick. I'll show you that a little bit later. But this guy was the best player available. We paired this guy up with Breven Jordan, and then our receivers are Michael Brown, Brandon Cooks, and Tarrant, and even Jalen Guyton, who we just brought in. With our X-Factor quarterback and Kareem Hunt, this offense, who was like middle of the pack last season, our defense was number 1, especially our rush defense and points per game. Our offense should be number 1 or up there, top 5. Offensive line, we got Larry Thompson. We brought in James Hunter to be the backup left tackle. Lander Dickerson replaces that dude that we wish to not speak of, who did not rise up, Dalton Risner, however you want to fucking pronounce it. He was trash, man. He was trash. It was a bad investment, but I hope Landon Dickerson, coming over from the Philadelphia Eagles, will give us better play. Look at that season, that last season he just had with Philly. That's the type of production I want to see out of him here in Houston. Not like in that 2023 season, though, or that 2022 season with the Eagles. We drafted this guy, Thad Kirkland, to be a backup. Center, Jack Long, who has been kind of disappointing. I'm not going to lie. Not going to count with y'all. I mean, his rookie season was okay. Last season was not. But we got this guy, Devin Patterson, with our other second-round pick, who I think has, He's 1 year younger and almost the same overall. And when you look at their stats, he's like almost damn near equal or not even better than Long. So they're going to compete for the starting job. Hell, I might even just have one of them start, like keep Jack Long starting and then have Devin Patterson as the long snapper. That way they both get in. Right guard, Max Sharpen, he's been really sharp. The whole damn rebuild, no pun intended. He's been the best offensive lineman, if not him or Larry Tunsil. But Matt Sharpen has been pretty decent. Had his worst season last season, but it wasn't too bad. Only gave up 4 sacks. He usually only gives up 2. We brought in Big V to be his backup, trying to add just more depth on the O-line because we had a couple of injuries last season. And then right tackle Mekhi Becton, who we brought in last season, him and Larry Tunsil worked out really well. Left in, we got Von Miller, who had a breakout season last season. Of course, they knock him down with Dev trade, but he is 36 years old. I understand it. But when we had an injury to this guy, R.J. Jenkins, who went up superstar Dev, had a hell of a season, should not have got stripped of his Dev trade. Look at that. 18 TFL, 11.5 sacks. Superstar in my book. When he went down, we just had another one waiting in Sal Woodard, who was revealed to be superstar Dev. Now that kind of makes things complicated because I kind of want to start Von Miller, but I think what we're going to do is start Von Miller, but sub in Sal Woodard. Between Jenkins, Von Miller, and Woodard, a lot of pass rushers coming at your quarterbacks. Demetrius Harris, who's really probably the most underrated person on this D line. Like, he does his thing. Ever since we drafted him, he's been doing his damn thing. He's been doing his thug, man. Look at this. Consistent, very consistent numbers. TFL's going up every single year. He is a baller. Rutledge, who I would say is underrated rookie season last season. 48 tackles, 15 TFLs, 4 sacks. Probably should have been ahead more in the list when it came to Defensive Rookie of the Year. And we brought in Sheldon Rankins. We got this Byron guy here who we drafted a couple years ago. Left outside linebacker starts coming into his second season. Had a pretty damn good rookie season. Ward led our team in tackles, and then Frank Brock was really good. Cornerback, Jair Alexander, Denzel Ward, Des King. What more can I say? Oh, and then we brought in another King. Now we have 2 Kings, just like the 2 in Desmond King's last name. Free safety, we have Cordell Smith, who I've been waiting to blossom. But if he does not, we just brought in Andrew Wingard to be his backup. And we got this guy still, John O'Neill. And then AJ Bouye, who's been here the whole damn time. And we did draft Brian Roundtree in the second round, and I expect him to start. I'm probably going to start him over Bouye and then move Bouye over to like slot cornerback role type behind Des King and Kevin King. And then kicker Harrison Bucker, kind of like what we did with Cody Parkey. He helped us out in a regular season game last season. Harrison Bucker helped us out in Kansas City. This dude missed a 29-yard field goal. We ended up beating Kansas City in overtime in the AFC Championship to advance to the Super Bowl. Plus, he only missed 3 field goals. He's going to compete with Brant, who wasn't that. He didn't outperform Cody Parkey. So going into his second season, if he has a good preseason, maybe we'll keep him. But Harrison Bucker is the Buckster, man. He's the Buckster. And then punter, oh my God, I do not have a punter, so we need to address that right now. No more Cameron Johnston. Must have left in free agency. Must have forgot about him. Who's there at punter? There's a rookie here, 90 kick power, 78 accuracy. Second year dude, 90 power. Who has the biggest leg? Of course, it's Johnny Hecker, Jake Bailey, Presley Harvin. He's a Steeler, though. Cameron Johnson is there. Cameron Johnson didn't have a bad season, so I'm willing to bring him back for the last year. Might as well. He's very familiar with the team, so it makes a lot of sense. I think we have a team captain slot available, and if we do, who the hell do we give it to? Who do we give it to? I think we lost Kareem Jackson to retirement. So that opens up the team captain slot, and I'm going to give that to, who do we give it to? I think, you know what? for the D line, because we have a Von Miller who's kind of like a leader for the passers, I'm gonna give it to Demetrius Harris. I really think he is the most underrated player on this defense, and I'm gonna give him that team captain, that C on his jersey, just to make sure that he continues to step it up every single year, as I think he is underrated and undervalued what he does at that defensive tackle position. Now that we have the team captains figured out, we have the depth chart, and you introduced all the players. You guys got to see everybody. Now it's time to simulate the final preseason. I don't think we really have any open competition going on. I think we know who's going to start. I mean, just besides kicker, Harrison Butker and Brandt. We go 1-1 in the preseason so far. Final preseason game coming up. And Starks, our left outside linebacker, going into his second season. I'm going to say tackling. And wide receiver mentorship. We do have a new injury. Need to check out who that may be. And who the hell is Silver? I don't know. However you can help, because he's not in the game plan. I don't care. Practice squad player. Let's check out this injury. Nobody important. Well, we have more depth on the O-line now, so it's not gonna hurt. That's why I wanted to address that. I knew one of our offensive linemen was going to be banged up. I knew it. I just had a feeling. And now we're going to make a change at kicker. We're going to put Andrew Brandt over Harrison Butker. And then the other position that we had battles for is the center position. And that's about it. I think everybody else, we know who's going to start. We know who's going to play. We're going to put Patterson in, see what he can do with the starters, with the first unit. And are we going to win the last preseason game? We do, by a point. Never really see a score like that, 34-33. How many players we got to cut? We got to cut 12 people. Legendary cut. Who got cut? Jarvis Landry? Yeah, he's been killing it with the Chiefs ever since he signed with them after year one. Maybe we should pick up Jarvis Landry. Let's look at the stats. Kyle Allen did okay. He did better than Cowan. Please don't play like that. I swear these superstars and superstar X Factors don't play like it for me. The star dev players play more like an X Factor than superstar. Jones had a great preseason. Kareem Hunt fumbled. Tarrant was really good. Dimitri Hoffman, don't know who the hell that is, but he did good. O-lineman. Dayon, this is my little brother name. Dayon Crompton gave up 3 sacks in 3 games. 2.5 for Sal Woodard is a beast. Also forgot to mention I brought in Alton Robinson. Go Seahawks. Whatever the hell his name is. I just saw it somewhere. I saw it. Alton Robinson, there we go. Not related to me in any way. Quan Guthrie, Bouye, Roundtree. The rookie Roundtree had a pick. Okay, so did Bouye. That makes it even more tough. But we're going to start the rookie. Kicking, let's see what happens. Harrison Butker just made all 5. He's going to start. We'll put the other guy inside the 20 twice for Cameron Johnson, the old punter. Punters matter. But we do have to cut 12 people. I do want to see, though, who got cut. It's always, I tell you all the time, make sure you check out free agency the final week in preseason, because there will be new people here like a Leonard Fournette, James Conner. These names weren't here before. Who the hell is this guy? He has a lot of speed, bro. A lot of speed. 95 acceleration. Might bring him in. Gus Edwards, Champagne, we had him before. See, none of these guys were here before. But I don't think we're going to bring anybody else in. We're just going to make our cuts and stick to the team that we built and signed and drafted and kept and released. So we're going to, let's see, receiver, Silver, I guess we'll keep him. I mean, they wanted to take him under his wing. Going to keep all 4 tight ends. I think the left guard down here, Sherman, can move over to the practice squad. This right guard, Brooks, he can move on over to the practice squad, or maybe even get released, but he will make the practice squad team. Left end, those guys are pretty decent, especially Weary. I think what we're going to do, this guy's 24 years old. Weary looks really good. I kind of want to keep all these damn dudes, man. Bell, he's going to go on the practice squad. Got some tough cuts. Dorian Denard, he can get released. And then cornerback, we always have a lot of cornerbacks. So everybody after Gaffney, whatever his name is going to be released. Sakari Banks. Larry Britt. He gets lucky. He makes the practice squad. You know what? We don't need Gaffney either, really, because we have three free safeties. So, yeah, I'm gonna move Brant to the practice squad. How many more people do we have to cut? Because I might just get rid of Gaffney. 3 people. Okay. Because I actually like, let's see, Langley, he can go on the practice squad, so then that makes 2. Because if we keep all 3 of these, O'Neal can play a little bit of cornerback because he's hybrid, and that will replace Gaffney. Yeah, I think I like that. And then we'll get rid of one of these left ends. I don't know which one. Play reg, power moves, finesse, butt shedding, tackling, hit power, pursuit. I really don't know which one. I guess we'll put Weary on the practice squad. And then we'll just put Gaffney on the practice squad. Then we'll just upgrade the team, adjust the lineup the way we want it, and then we're going to get on to the regular season. Super Bowl or nothing, man. Super Bowl or nothing. No, I don't want to quit the franchise mode just yet. Also forgot to mention we won back-to-back Coach of the Year awards. And with Brown being X Factor now, hell of a season. Going to the depth chart, we have X Factor Brian Cowan, followed by Kyle Allen. We got Kareem Hunt, Jones, Dixon, Webb, Ertz, Davidson. Guess they can do it like that. Or we're going to put Parker Carr. Let's do Parker Carr, Zach Ertz. Michael Brown's going to start over Brandon Cooks this season now that he's an X Factor. Don't know if that means should we put Brandon Cooks in the slot or even Tarrant in the slot, or we'll probably just keep Brown there. I want to put Davidson in, too, that tight end. Get him more involved. So we're going to put him over. Yeah, let's put him in over Silver. And then left tackle, we're going to have Tonsil. Yep, this should all be fine. I think I'm going to start Jack Long. Patterson will be the long snapper. Big V is going to have to play. I don't want that. I'm going to put Patterson in. So I guess he's going to start. And then left end, we're going to have Von Miller. Starting. And then right end, we're going to have Jenkins start with Alton Robinson and Woodard. So that is fine. And then long left outside linebacker, that's good. Why do they have Jenkins playing so many damn positions? You just have Woodard there. Middle should be fine. Right should be fine. Cornerback should be good. AJ Bouye there. Yeah, that's fine. You can actually put him over Kevin King. Free safety, Smith, Wingard, O'Neal. Strong safety, we're going to go with Roundtree, the rookie. They have Des King there, but we can go with O'Neal. And then special teams, they have Des King, but we can go Silver since he was so good in preseason. And Jones, and then punt return. Let's do Tarrant. Let's do Tarrant. Des King, and then kickoff start will be the Buckster. Long snapper will be Patterson. Yep, and Dickerson. Third down running back will be Jones. Power back will be Kareem Hunt. Slot receiver. This is where they want Tarrant there, and I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do Tarrant. I think I'm gonna do Davidson, and I think I'm gonna do Guyton. Left end, I'm going to do Woodard over Von Miller. And then right in, we're going to do Jenkins, followed by Woodard and Robinson. Defensive tackle or Von Miller. Let's do Von Miller right there. Defensive tackle, we're going to do Harris. They have Jenkins, but we're going to do Rutledge. And I'm going to do maybe Sheldon Rankins. Sub linebacker is going to be Ward, Brock. They have Roundtree, but we're going to do Starks. Slot cornerback will be Des King, Kevin King. And they have Wingard, but I'm going to do Bouye. And then Kevin King. And then Wingard will get the honorable mention. But that is a team. I wonder how Terrence going to do in the slot. Don't really know. But we're going to give it to him. We're going to give it to him for the final season. And Camp Standout, this is that poise shit. I don't know why I clicked on it. I knew what it was before I clicked on it, and I clicked on it anyway. But you already know what the goal is, man. Super Bowl or nothing. That's the goal every single year, not just year 5. But it makes it even more important that, we just got to the Super Bowl. Let's get back. Let's get back there. Don't have to worry about the college players. Don't have to worry about any contract negotiations. Just strictly win some games, win enough to get to the postseason. As we have 15 wins. We went 15-2 last season. We are 83 overall, 85 defense, 83 offense, so the highest we've been so far in this rebuild. Boosie, shut the hell up. And we kick off the season with a win, 31-28. We win against the Arizona Cardinals on the road. We outpassed them, no turnovers. Even game, they could have won. 2 touchdowns for Calvin. He's playing like an X factor. 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. Brandon Cooks went off. See, I told you. It doesn't matter if he's wide receiver 1. It doesn't matter if he's wide receiver 2. It doesn't matter if he's in the slot. He's not even in the slot. He's the wide receiver 2. Only star dev. 12 catches, $167. Maybe that's why Michael Brown was going off, because he's been the wide receiver 2. But he does have 5 catches, 43 yards, and a touchdown. Mekhi Becton giving up a sack. Demetrius Harris with a sack, a pick for Zay Ward. Harrison Bucker making a little short 18-yard field goal when he couldn't make a 29-yard field goal with the Chiefs in that playoff game in the AFC Championship game against us. Can't stand out. I'm not going to click on it. We already know what it is. He's not going to hit it. Now we got the Denver Broncos Week 2 TV primetime game, 8:20 p.m. And are we going to win? Are we going to lose? We win 28-24 to go 2-0 to start the season. And we could not pass the ball. They actually outplayed us. When you look at the rushing yards, we only had 2 yards more. They killed us in the passing game. They killed us on first downs. Only difference was they turned the ball over. We didn't. They were better than us on third down. And we still won. And look at that. They got Russell Wilson on the Broncos. Just what you'll see in Madden 23. 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy destroyed my secondary, but Brandon Cooks, Tarrant, they were okay. Passing game, not looking too good right now. Sal Woodard, Demetrius Harris, both with sacks. Des King, Jair Alexander, both with picks. Cody Parkey, our kicker from last season, playing for the Broncos now, making a 55-yarder. But starting the season 2-0. Only 2-0 team in our division. Now we have the 0-2 Titans. They kind of fell off a little bit. Don't know if Derrick Henry retired. Don't know who their quarterback is. We get Max Sharping back from injury. He deserves to start. So we are going to put him in as the starter. Patterson, I'm thinking about putting in over Long, but we're not going to do it. He's going to be the long snapper. Yeah, Patterson's going to be the long snapper, followed by Landon Dickerson and Long. Yeah, so that's fine. So we get our best offensive lineman back, even though he's not our best offensive lineman overall. 0-2, 2-0. Something's got to give. This is probably a setup game. Titans going to get their first win of the season. I told you. 40-24. They get their first win. We get our first loss. Always happens. And we turned the ball over too many times. 3 turnovers. 3 picks for Brian Cowan, not playing like an X-Factor quarterback. Kareem Hunt getting held in check. 2 touchdowns for Mike Brown. Touchdown for John Jones. And sack for Rutledge. Jenkins. Pick for Des King. Harrison Bucker made his field goal, but we come out with the L. Week 4. Who are we playing? The Cincinnati Bengals. They're 1-2. Colts 2-1. We're tied with them in the division. And we lose again, 35-31. If we didn't get a lot of passing yards, I might put Mike Brown back in the slot. Actually, we did. We had 339. As we lose on Monday Night Football, 2 touchdowns both for Joe Burrow and Brian Cowan. 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. Davison, the rookie tight end who we took in the first round, 2 catches, 23 yards and a touchdown. Teron Armstead gives up a sack. R.J. Jenkins getting the sack against Teron Armstead. Harrison Butker making a 56-yarder. But we fall to 2-2, 2 straight losses. And everybody in the division is 2-2. The Jaguars, the Colts, the Titans, and the Texans. Now we get a rematch, AFC Championship game rematch for the past 2 seasons. The 3-1 Chiefs, they don't have Jarvis Landry no more. They don't have Tyreek Hill. I don't know who they added to the team. Practice squad player got stolen. But we have to go to Kansas City this time. We did beat them last season, and we beat them again, 33-28. High-scoring game. Sunday Night Football game, too. We shut the running game down. Both teams passed the ball well. They went for it on 4th down 5 times and converted. 2 picks for Patrick Mahomes. No sacks given up from the O-line. 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. That seems to be what he's averaging a game. Brandon Cooks went for $114. It was another Kareem Hunt game against his former team. Brock with the sack. Jenkins. 2 picks for Jair Alexander. Cameron Johnston inside the 21 time. And we go to 3-2. 3-2 on the season. 3-2 Jaguars. Now we play the juggernaut Jaguars. Another practice squad player getting signed. O'Neal, our third free safety, back from injury. Let's see if we can beat the Jaguars on the road to go to 4-2, knock them down to 3-3, and we do. It's been a high-scoring season, not only for us, but our defense has been getting up a lot of points too. So that's very concerning, especially with us being number 1 in points per game on defense last season. A lot of passing yards, a lot of first down. Only 1 pick, 8 third-down conversions, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick for Brian Cowan. No sack for a second straight game from the O-line, so shout out to them, salute to them. 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. I told you he's averaging 2 a game. Mike Brown, $113, 102 for Brandon Cooks. They signed Keenan Allen, I guess. And no sacks, no picks, no problem. 4-2. Now we got the 3-3 San Francisco 49ers. Can we beat them on the road week 7 to go to 5-2? Stay over 500. And we do. We get our 3rd straight win, 28-21. We beat them by a touchdown. We shut the running game down. Our passing yard has been on point the past 3 games. I was a little bit worried about it. We were going to switch it out. 3 touchdowns for Brian Cowan. We did give up 2 sacks, but he was very efficient. 30-37, 81% completion percentage. Rushing yards, 83 for Kareem. He did not have the 2 touchdowns, but Brandon Cooks did have a rushing touchdown. Gave him a carry. Brandon Ayuk went crazy against us. 169 yards, 14 catches, but Brandon Cooks cooking him up with 2 touchdowns. Mike Brown with a touchdown. And O-line, Tunsil, Sharpen, they give up sacks. Not too worried about that. And we got a pick for Frank Brock, our right outside linebacker. Harrison Butker misses his first field goal, but I don't blame him because it was blocked. It's not like he just straight up missed it himself. But we get our 3rd straight win. We are 5-2, leading the division. Don't have to worry about mock draft 2 because this is the final season. 3-4 Raiders. And we lose in overtime. Losing overtime. Couldn't stop Josh Jacobs. They were really good on 3rd down. Zach Wilson is on the Raiders. It's crazy. We couldn't stop Zach Wilson. We couldn't stop Josh Jacobs. Brandon Cooks, 10 catches, 186 yards, almost 200 yards receiving. 2 touchdowns for Darren Waller, though. Mike Brown had 1 touchdown. Tunsil giving up 2 sacks. That's unlike him. Sheldon Rankins, Von Miller. Harrison Butker made his field goal. And we do fall to 5-4? Still over 500. We still should be leading the division. We're actually 5-3, tied with the Tennessee Titans. I think we defeated them already. and we beat the Colts. Did we just play? I thought we just played the Titans. It's the Colts. So we played the Titans. The next game, we actually lost to the Titans. They dropped 40 on us, but we beat the Colts on Monday Night Football, shut the running game and their passing game down. I never really stopped Jonathan Taylor. Colts always signed Jameis Winston. Yeah, we held Jonathan Taylor to 61 yards rushing. Our quarterback had a rushing touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. They signed Orlando Brown in the offseason. I remember that because we were going to offer him a contract, but I chose not to. Sal Woodard getting a sack. And Bucks are missing another field goal, but 2 for 3. Good enough to win the game. And we are 6-3. Titans 5-3. Jaguars falling down to 3-5. So we really don't have to worry about the Titans right now. They already beat us. They dropped 40 on us the first game. So we have to make sure we beat them this game. We can't get swept by them. Looking at the player upgrades, I can't remember if we had a rookie. We did. We have the center, the strong safety, and the tight end. So Patterson was the center. He got 2 points. So he could be superstar dev. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just star. He's not even starting anyway. But if he is superstar, he's going to start. And we don't even know the dev trait. The strong safety, we know he's not X Factor because he doesn't have the little symbol on the side. And he's starting over AJ Bouye. And he's just a star dev. And then the tight end that we took in the first round, if he's superstar, I don't know what we're going to do with him. And we don't know his dev trait. How do we not know their dev trait? Maybe because they're not starting. I mean, the strong safety is the only one that's starting, and he was the only one that was revealed, so it makes sense. But week 10, got the Titans, can't get swept by them. Got to tie the season series up 1-1, and we do 27-7. We beat them. Take lead of the AFC South. Looking to make the playoffs for a third straight season. And so in the same season, we shut down Jonathan Taylor. The last game we played the Colts, and now we shut down Derrick Henry to just 49 rushing yards. 3 turnovers for the Titans, no turnovers from us. They got a new quarterback, no more Ryan Tannehill, but he threw 3 interceptions, got sacked 3 times, and we shut Derrick Henry down. He still had a touchdown. He still averaged 4.8, but we held him to just 53 yards. That's pretty damn good when you're going up against King Henry. Touchdown for John Jones. Breven Jordan, he's been quiet this season, 90 yards and a touchdown. His biggest game of the season. Kareem Hunt also had a receiving touchdown. And a sack for Dez King. AJ Bouye still getting involved, and then starts getting his first pick of the season inside the 20 twice for Cameron Johnston. And now our record is 7-3. We're 2 games up on the Titans, 3 games up on the Jags, 4 games up on the Colts, who are just the worst team in the division. And now we got the Jags. I think we already beat them. We have a chance to sweep them. And we do 29-23, another weird score. You never really see 29 points. But we beat them. And we complete the sweep. We ran the ball, no turnovers. And they actually didn't play that bad. They really could have won that game. But our quarterback was more efficient. Kareem Hunt went over 100 yards rushing. Our fullback had a touchdown, his first of the season. Tarrant, who's playing in the slot, he's really not doing much in the slot. I'm thinking about putting Mike Brown back there, but we're winning with it, so I'm not going to make any adjustments to it. 56-yarder for Harrison Bucker. He also went 3 for 3. And we get our 8th win of the season. Couple games more, we should be playoff bound. I would love to clinch a first-round bye again. We do have an injury. Well, that just means Von Miller is going to get back in. He's going to get more reps, and he's going to go for like 20 sacks. So Woodard, our superstar dev, second-year defensive end, is out. Last year they had Jenkins out. Now it's Woodard, but that just means Von Miller is just going to get more reps. So now the Buffalo Billies, who are 6-4, looking to be a top team in the AFC. We might see them in the playoffs. We might not. If we can just knock them down here to 6-5, we'll have to worry about them. And they do beat us, so they get their 7th win of the season, and they might make the playoffs. 7-21. We couldn't run the ball. They couldn't pass it. We turned the ball over. We couldn't score any points. We got sacked 4 times. 24 rushing yards for Kareem Hunt is just unacceptable. Tarrant went for 84 yards. And look at the O-line from both teams. Like, they gave up hella sacks. We gave up hella sacks. 2.5 for Von Miller. Look at that. Von Miller already getting more reps. Already 2.5 sacks first game off rep. And then Butker does miss a field goal, but it wouldn't matter. We still would have lost. Score would have been 21-10 anyway. Alexander back from injury. Forgot to upgrade the team after the bye week. So I'm going to do that now. Von Miller. We should know the dev trace of those 3 rookies, but they're not even here, so we still don't know. So let's go to the adjust lineup screen. I know that the safety was a star. The center we still don't know. And the tight end is a star. So it's just the center that we don't know yet. Now we got the 4-7 Colts, the worst team in our division, and we lose to them. How did I know that was gonna happen? We lose 2 games in a row. We only scored 7 points. A total of 14 points between those 2 games. And I think we split with the Colts and we split with the Titans, but we swept the Jaguars. I think I'm going to put Mike Brown back in the slot because Tarrant is not doing anything from the slot. So we might as well just put our best receiver back there in the slot. Hell, we might even put that other tight end there. Butker misses another field goal, 2nd straight game. And since we are at the bye, we are going to make this adjustment. We're going to make this change. So slot receiver, we're going to go with Mike Brown. Going to take Jalen Guyton out. Going to keep Tarrant right there. Going to have Davidson there. Actually, I'm going to take Tarrant out. We're going to do Davidson, and we're going to do the running back, John Jones, the receiving back. And Rutledge, he's been quiet too, and going into his sophomore season. But we are still, actually, we're not leading the division. The Titans are caught up. They're 8-4, 9-4 now. They just won. We're 8-5, so we're 2nd in the division. Woodard is back from injury though, so we're going to put him back in as the rush left end. Von Miller still starting. But now we have to outwin the Tennessee Titans. I don't know how they're surging like this. And we lose again, bro. Don't tell me this is going to be one of those meltdowns. We lose our 3rd straight game. We actually scored some points, though. It's a little bit close. No turnovers. They turned the ball over, and we still to the L. Justin Herbert threw 2 interceptions. We got sacked 4 times, 2 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. We're not running the ball. Fullback had a touchdown. Now Tarrant wants to go off when I take him from the slot. Makes no sense. Take him out the slot, he gets 100 yards. Woodard gets a sack, his first game back from injury. The rookie Brian Roundtree, his first career pick. Jai Alexander is just killing it this season. And Harrison Butker is missing field goals like he's still playing for the Chiefs. I should have kept the other kicker. I think he got stolen from the Bears from our practice squad. Now we got the 8-6 Rams. We get a couple guys back from injury. We need to win these next 2 games. Titans just lost that game. We lose again, bro. I'm done. I'm just going to simulate the last 2 games. Not even going to go over the stats because I already know how this is going to end. We're going to lose the last 2 games. We're going to miss the playoffs. We're going to get fired. And then I'm going to end the video in a rage. So go ahead, lose to the Bucs. Oh, look at that. They actually let me win the last two games when I didn't give a fuck anymore. We make the playoffs. Now we have to go through the wild card. The Titans made the playoffs too, and we have to play them first round in the wild card. Looking at our rankings, though, we were 23rd in points per game, number 2 in passing yards. Like I said, we should be at least top 3 when it came to passing yards. Rushing, we were 25th. Defensive points per game, we were second, so that's pretty good because we were number 1 last year, so that's not too far of a fall off. And then 21 in defensive passing yards, 13th in defensive rushing yards. I'm really disappointed in the points per game in the rushing attack. Don't know what's going on with Kareem Hunt and John Jones. Maybe we should have added more to the running back room. Looking at the top performers, you have Patrick Mahomes leading the way, throwing for 5,000 yards. Brian Cowan, our quarterback X Factor, second with 4,830 touchdowns. And that damn quarterback from the Bucs, Neil Klein, who won a Super Bowl his rookie year. And you got Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Zeke Elliott. Don't know who Phillip Page is, Devontae Adams. Brandon Cooks, third. 108 catches, not even in the slot, not even wide receiver 1. So I guess the wide receiver 2 in the Texans scheme gets the most targets because Michael Brown was a wide receiver 2 for most of these seasons, and he was our leading receiver damn near every year. Then you got T.J. Watt with 25 sacks, breaking the sack record. Brian Burns, Jeff Simmons, Jeremy Chin, Jalen Ramsey, Benjamin St. Juste, Miles Jacks, Devin White, Fuisade Olakun. Looking at our stats, 6 in offensive yards. You saw there, Brian Cowan was second in passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 17th in defensive yards. Kareem Hunt still had 1,000 yards. He was 6 in rushing touchdowns with 15. And then Brandon Cook just went crazy, almost 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. The most consistent player of this whole damn rebuild. Best season so far for Brian Cowan, almost 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. Got sacked 29 times, rating 104.2, 68% completion percentage. Hell of a season for Brian Cowan. MVP, like if Patrick Mahomes does not win the MVP, Brian Cowan has to win it this final season. Rushing yards, still a good season for Kareem Hunt. He averaged over 4.2 yards per carry, 1,000 yards. You know, you always want to hit that 1,000-yard mark, and then 15 touchdowns. Longest rush, though, this is really disappointing. 10 yards was our longest rush. A first down carry was our longest rush of the season. Can't have that. 5 touchdowns for John Jones. Touchdown for Cowan, and our fullback only had 1. Brandon Cook had 1. He also fumbled it. Longest rush was 10 yards. Receiving, Brandon Cooks, 108 catches leading the team, 1391 leading the team, 9 touchdowns leading the team. Michael Brown was 2 yards shy of 1,000 yards. Tarrant almost had 1,000 yards. It would have been his first 1,000-yard season, but he must have, got most of those from being in the slot early on. Breven Jordan had a down season. John Jones. Davidson still had 23 catches, 249, and a touchdown for a backup tight end. That's really good when it comes to the yards. Kareem Hunt still had 2 touchdowns and 130 for receiving. Longest reception was 42 yards to Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook just did everything this season. Thompson under 10. Becton under 10. Sharpen had his worst season so far, and he only played in 13 games. Landon Dickerson played way better than Dalton Risner. And then Long had his best season at center, and all it took was for me to draft a center behind him that could have possibly took his job. Defense, Frank Brock led the team in tackles instead of Ward this season, so they switched places. Cornerback Denzel Ward only had 1 pick, 2 picks for the rookie, Brian Roundtree with a sack and 86 tackles, 4 picks for Jair leading the team, and then Dez King, I told you he's still king, 3 interceptions for him. And our sack numbers went down, which is crazy, but Jenkins led the way with 8.5 coming back from that injury. Missed him in the playoffs. We didn't even have him in the Super Bowl, which is stupid. Woodard had 6. And A.J. Bouye finds a way to get a couple of picks every season, no matter if we're playing him strong safety starting, backup strong safety, backup slot cornerback. It doesn't matter. He always averages 2 picks. Forced fumble. He's really playing the Kareem Jackson role this season, though. Denzel Ward, Jenkins, Rutledge. We had no blocks. We had no safeties. We had no pick sixes or defensive touchdowns. Butker, he missed the extra pointer. We know he had 1 field goal block, so he missed 5 in total, but he really only missed 4 because of the block inside the 2012 times for Cam Johnson, longest 69. And he averaged only 49, not even 50, so his worst season. It looks like everybody had, like, their worst season, and they waited till year 5 to do this. And Patrick Mahomes does win MVP. And our quarterback is not even in the damn conversation. Why? Coach of the year. After winning it 2 years in a row, we finally don't win it, and they give it to Zach Taylor and the Bengals. AFC also player of the year goes to Patrick Mahomes. Cowan coming in at number 8. Defensive player of the year goes to T.J. Watt. Offensive rookie of the year goes to Logan Batch. That must be that quarterback for the Titans. Our tight end 2, Benjamin Davidson coming in at number 5. Defensive rookie of the year goes to Mike Pemberton of the Bengals. Roundtree, our strong safety, second-round pick, coming in at number 5. Best QB, Patrick Mahomes. We got our quarterback, Cowan, at number 6. Running back goes to Joe Mixon. Bengals winning every damn award. Receiving goes to Brandon Cooks in the final season. Offensive line goes to Creed Humphrey. I think he won it back-to-back. We got Becton and Tunsil at 6 and 7, respectfully. Jeff Simmons coming in at number 1. That's so annoying because we have to play them in the first round. Linebacker goes to T.J. Watt. Frank Brock coming in at number 7. Okay. And then defensive back goes to Vaughn. I told you the Bengals are winning every damn award. Stealing the award from my boy Jair Alexander. And Des King coming in at number 8. And then best kicker goes to the GOAT kicker, Justin Tucker, with our kicker coming in at number 7. So now we have the divisional rival Tennessee Titans in the first round, in the wild card round. We shut them down when we played them. We shut Derrick Henry down. I think we swept them. Because I think we split with the Colts or we split with the Jaguars. No, I think we split with the Titans. They dropped 40 on us the first matchup, and then we got our revenge against them. So now this is the third meeting between both of us. Very familiar with each other. Can we beat the Titans and advance to the divisional round? Hell, we didn't have to have a wild card round last season because we were the number 1 seed in the league, and we got that first round bye. Now we don't have that privilege of having the first round bye. We got to do it the hard way, and that's starting here with beating the Titans in the first round. Or are we going to end the video here? I hate this game. We lose to the Titans in the first round, and that's how this is going to end. Bro. They beat us 28-0. $24 rushing yards. Not even 200 yards passing. 7 freaking first downs. 200 yards. Oh, my God, bro. They waited to the playoffs to play the worst game of the whole damn rebuild. Not even just this season, the whole damn rebuild. Hell, that's probably the worst game that I've simulated through all the damn rebuilds that we've done. 28-0 in a playoff game after we just went to the Super Bowl the year before. Can't wait to finish these last 2 teams, man. 0 touchdowns for X Factor quarterback Brian Cowan. He threw for 139, no touchdowns. He got sacked 5 times. Got outplayed by this damn rookie, Logan Batch. Derrick Henry didn't even kill us. He didn't even have his typical Derrick Henry game. AJ Brown didn't even. Brandon Cooks not looking like wide receiver of the year. Harris, Woodard, Julian Love was the pick. We didn't kick no field goals. Our punter, Cameron Johnson, was the best player on the field for that game. But we lose in the wild card round. We get fired. Let's just see who wins the Super Bowl. See if we have any Pro Bowlers. See if we have any depth chart upgrades that we would have had. That's just crazy, man. Pro Bowl should have our quarterback. I think Cowan. Yeah, Cowan is a starter, so that's 1. Fullback doesn't make it. Brandon Cooks makes 2. I think Brevin Jordan was snubbed. He almost had he had a down year. I'm thinking about Tarrant. Laramie Tunsil makes 3. Landon Dickerson makes 4. Mekhi Becton makes 5. And that is it. So 5 Pro Bowlers for us. Then we'll just go over the depth traits. I can't believe, bro. 28 to shit. 28 to shit. And the Super Bowl matchup will be between the Chiefs and the Bears, out of all people. The damn Bears. Chiefs and the Bears. We already know who's going to win that. If I had to guess upgrades, I would say maybe they give Jenkins his superstar dev trait back. Our right outside linebacker, maybe he gets one. Cowan still X factor. Receiver, Brandon Cooks went up superstar, but at the age of 32, they're going to knock him back down to star or normal. Offensive lineman does not get upgraded. You have to wait for Madden 23 for that. Sal Woodard keeps his superstar dev. Jenkins does not go back up. Yep, and Frank Brock gets his. That's the one I predicted. And nobody else. Let's see if the Bears can pull off the upset, and they actually do. The Bears win the Super Bowl over Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in a shocker. And another shocker. It's not the fact that we lost to the Titans. It's the fashion that we lost 28 to nothing. But overall, the rebuild was a success. Not the success that we wanted. We didn't come out with a Super Bowl ring. But the last 3 seasons, we made the playoffs. We made the AFC Championship game. We made the Super Bowl. We made the postseason again. We won the division 3 straight times. We won back-to-back Coach of the Year awards. We got our quarterback count all the way up to Superstar X Factor. We got Mike Brown, one of the freakiest wide receivers I ever drafted before. And hell, through the whole rebuild, we were able to keep all of our money, keep our financial security, and still at the same time bring in talent, keep the in-house talent we already had, outsmarting people in the draft, taking people like Brian Cowan, the X Factor quarterback, getting him in the 2nd round. Like getting a couple of these guys, the offensive linemen, even Roundtree, the safety that just started the season, getting him in the 2nd round, bringing in Jair Alexander and Denzel Ward, creating one of the best cornerback tandems in the league with Daz King in the slot. So we did really good putting this roster together, but didn't get the Super Bowl. Well, that'll wrap it up for the Houston Texans Madden 22 realistic rebuild. We only have 2 teams left. Another team, which is in the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans, will be next. And then we're going to, finish things off with my Minnesota Vikings. But that'll wrap it up for the Texans realistic rebuild for Madden 22. Until the next rebuild, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Peace out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below. Donk Squad.